No. Gonna reconnect. I think it's going now.
Okay. So if you
We'll
just
see.
sit over a little bit, then we all can be in on one. Right there. Perfect. There you go.
But how do we turn
Yes,
this?
I got the text about them.
I guess it could just be like that, huh?
I got it, but I'm just.
It better. It gotta be closer than this or no?
Radio station. Marriage. I spoke to Cole. He's getting on top of it.
Cool. Perfect.
Okay. And I'll give you guys a call in a little bit in reference to the VP.
Put it right here.
I'll call you guys later on in reference to the VP complaint.
I wonder if it's on here.
And
It
Cole
says
will-
you're live.
It
Talk to
says
your
we're
people.
Hey, need to be at work. It's on lunch break. Y'all on lunch break?
No,
All
I'm on
right.
the station. I don't want to
We gonna see.
on the station.
I'm not. Cause I was on yesterday. It was some viewers there. It was some like, ain't y'all supposed to be at work? I wanted to tell them that. Ain't y'all supposed to be at work? Probably should have put it on Instagram.
Is these mics too high?
Want me to do a test?
Oh, you say so. Because I don't. Okay. I can't see.
Okay.
You know I was gonna see.
Do you want to do? Do y'all have live feed? Do y'all do live feed on y'all's
Yeah,
phone?
we will.
Gotcha. I'll switch it to Instagram.
You have one video now.
Instagram.
So we're going in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with just your intro.
Okay.
And then for the first segment.
All right, cool. So y'all gonna jump it right?
Yes.
Jump in.
No, we're gonna start.
Y'all here? I follow Q real well.
So while we're live on the radio, the satellite radio, make sure you speak it directly into the mic, and then when we go off, we talk back to the
If you want to
audience.
pull it up, you can, but
Okay.
that should be good. I'll work with levels. Yeah.
Cool. Who is that? Hey, Jonas. Patty.
We're at 95.3 Jams. You guys make sure you tune in every Wednesday from 12 to 2. Right now we have the infamous Miss Akila.
How y'all doing? Good afternoon.
Right.
Yes. Oh,
Tax.
yeah, Right Way Tax
Tax,
and Financial Services here in Houston, Texas. We specialize in tax. Oh,
We talking to your audience.
Yeah, we was just talking to your people here.
they talking to y'all. I'm thinking they talking.
We haven't started. We're going in 34 seconds. All right,
Yeah.
y'all. So you definitely want to stay
With the music
tuned.
style.
Y'all gotta pray for me on this, cause y'all know me. Look, they talking to y'all. I'm talking it to the mic. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You want me to say what is that?
Well, we're about to go in.
So y'all do this every Wednesday. Me?
Well, you know all about Texas. So
I
go
do,
right off your
but I
phone.
know about Texas. Like, I sit behind my computer all day long. I'm a little nerd. I'm a little tax nerd. People are like, what you doing? Read my book. What you doing? That's all I like to do. Okay.
953 Jams. This is Tamisha Wells.
And Kemisha Hall, better known as Key.
Yes, we are here every Wednesday from 12 to 2. Thank you guys for tuning in to The Real on Real Estate with the Real Estate Chicks and our special guest.
With tax.
Right Way Tax
I don't know why.
Right Way Tax and
And
Financial Services.
Yes.
All right. Miss Akila, tell our listeners who you are and how long you've been in business.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Yes, as they mentioned, this is Akila Gillespie with Right Way Tax and Financial Services. We are a Houston-based tax preparation services company. We specialize in doing your taxes. We also specialize in doing bookkeeping for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and even corporations. We have 2 locations in Houston, one in North Houston and one actually in the Spring area. But we do taxes all over, all states, except New York. But no matter where you are, Right Way Tax, we service an income tax preparation.
Awesome. So why taxes and how did you get in the business?
Well, the short story of taxes is I didn't even want to be in taxes. I didn't even want to do tax preparation.
Really?
I wanted to be a social worker.
Okay.
I wanted to be a social worker. I wanted to be a high school English teacher. So tax preparation is way left field from what my initial passion was. I happened to bond tax preparation. It's just something I just kind of got introduced to on a part-time type of basis. I'm a little nerd, so anytime there's somebody want to teach me something or read a book, or
You ready to learn.
I read it, learned it, liked it, and I got hooked to it. I got hooked
Yeah.
to it, and it just took off from there. And I've been doing it for about 7 years now. Started off as a home-based business in my house, part-time, just doing it for my family and friends and whoever else. I was go to people's house and, invite people over for dinner. I go in there, can I look at your tax returns? I just start reading, can I borrow your tax returns? Let me look at them. So it catapulted from that to now. We have 2 storefronts here in Houston. So
That is amazing. In a 6-7 year time.
Yeah.
That is great. So congratulations on your success.
Thank you. I still want to teach English though. I still want to teach high school English.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Awesome. I'm actually on the Women's Council, and we're looking for someone to come in and teach these kids how to write essays. So that's going to be a sidebar conversation. I'll
Yes.
definitely grab you. Here at Real Estate, we definitely believe education is key. That's why we're here every Wednesday to educate. So I love the fact that you stay educated on the tax services as well as the laws and updates. There's so much going on every day, every week with the tax business, especially because it's starting to come up.
So what are some of your products and services? I know you said that you do bookkeeping and you also do tax services for individuals and corporations. Okay.
Yeah, so mainly with tax preparation, we do taxes for individuals, meaning when I say individual, just to be specific, people who work, W-2 jobs, they just have their W-2s, their 1099s, and some of them have their itemized deductions. So that's what individual tax preparation is. For small business owners and corporations, those are people who have their small businesses. They might be incorporated, they might not be. Meaning they might have an LLC, or they might just have a sole proprietorship or doing business as. So we deal with tax clients on both spectrums. In addition to that, as far as bookkeeping is concerned, we mainly do bookkeeping for small business owners to help them manage their finances and things for their businesses.
Nice. Very, very, very nice. So what are some of the documents that you would suggest that your clients, regardless if they're corporation, LLC, DBA, individual W-2s, what do you suggest that they bring to you?
Very good question, because you would be amazed come tax season how, simple things that, you would think is first mind, but it's not first mind for most people. The main thing is personal information. Make sure you have your personal information, photo ID, social security cards, dependent information. I know we just recently had a storm here in Houston, Hurricane Harvey, so I know that's going to be a challenge for some of you guys who have made, people that have lost their stuff. So I do implore you to go ahead and start getting those documents together. If you have to go back and get another social security card, a birth certificate, go ahead and get those personal information together. Those things you can retrieve. Apply to you. Now, you're not going to need all of those things. If you don't have student loans, you're not going to need a student loan interest statement. But for my individual taxpayers, the main thing you're going to be looking for is making sure your jobs send you your W-2. A lot of them release them online by January 31st. However, some of them still go the old school route and they paper mail it. But either way it goes, if you don't have your W-2 by January 31st, get on the phone, call HR, do whatever you got to do to get that document so you can file. For small business owners, a lot of times, especially if you're a full-time small business owner, you don't have a W-2. So the main thing I would tell everybody to start right now for small business owners, start getting your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet together. Start taking those bank statements, categorizing those expenses, putting those income brackets so you can put it in a nice, clean, clear report to your tax preparer. We do bookkeeping, so you don't necessarily have to have all that. We'll do it all for you. But to save you the dime and save you some money, go ahead and have all your income and your expenses calculated, add it up, get your receipts, add them up. Do not bring your tax preparer a Ziploc bag of receipts talking about here are all my business expenses. No, add them up, itemize them, because I'm going to look at them like, hey, after receipts, you can't even read no more.
Right.
So definitely get your income and your expenses in order and make sure everyone sends you what you need by January 31st.
I know some of you guys are telling the clients that they can use their last paycheck stub.
Well, in my practice, in my personal professional opinion, and even in the IRS website, you can go and look on www.irs.gov. Filing with your check stub is not a preferred practice of the IRS. Actually, it's kind of, I won't say, you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it. Now, as a tax preparer, of course, you want to plan for your income tax refund. So at the end of the year, yes, you can bring your last check stub to get a head start on the tax preparation process. Everything's all done. And to also get what you call an estimate, whereas we can take your last check stub, look at how much money you made, how many taxes they took out, and kind of give you an idea of what your refund is going to be. But you cannot click submit on a last check stub. When the IRS releases their filing date for January, meaning they'll tell you on this day, that's the first day you can file taxes. We will then click submit and submit your final tax return to them, but we need to have a W-2 to do that. A lot of tax preparers, they might do that. They might, but it only raises audit for you, because if your last check stub is any one number different than what the official W-2 says, and a lot of employers, it's different.
Yes.
Then you have just increased and raised your flag for audit, and if they found out that you did file taxes with that last check stub, as a taxpayer, you don't want no problems with the IRS. You do not want no problems with the IRS. So it's wait for your W-2.
Right. That's awesome. I just wanted some clarification on that, because I see a lot of times people do advertise, I can go ahead and start filing, bring your last check stub. Also, I want to talk about fees. You guys are very competitive in fees, especially for the self-employed. Those fees vary. I know based off of how much you have to your deductions or itemized and things like that. Can we talk just a broad basis of your fees?
Of my fees in particular, or just what are some predatory fees to be looking for?
We can talk about your fees in particular, and then we can talk about what to look out for.
Gotcha. Well, our fees, like you said, it bases off your tax situation. So, of course, people who have a lot more going on, they pay a little bit more for their tax preparation services. Our fees can range anywhere from $100 on the low end to, if you got big business, big corporation, it can go all the way up to the thousands, depending on what type of tax return you have. Predatory fees, well, let me kind of retract a little bit. So it did, like I said, depends on what you have, all you have going on, and how prepared you come to the table. The more prepared you are coming to the table, the less things we have to do on your behalf. For instance, you can't find your W-2, your job can't find your W-2. I can get your W-2 for you. I can physically retrieve it from the IRS, but there's a fee associated with that. A lot of you guys who have the health insurance through the healthcare marketplace, you have to have a certain form from the marketplace showing that you have health insurance. So if I have to go physically retrieve that form for you, then yes, the fees do add up. However, what makes us competitive against other tax preparers in our city, in our industry, is the fact that we don't do fees by the form. A lot of our fees are fixed fees based off your tax situation. So if you're head of household, I don't care if you got 10 kids, 10 dependents, your fixed fee will be the same as if a mother was head of household with 2 dependents. We don't increase our fees based off of how much money you get back. If you get back an $8,000 refund check, hey, more power to you. I'm not going to charge you more just because you got back more or you received more. So in regards to predatory fees, which is really huge in the tax preparation business, I'm not a believer down talking anybody's practice or anybody's professional service fees, but I will say this: taxpayers, do not get got, okay? Do not let anybody get over on you for tax season 2017. A lot of tax preparers or tax offices, they charge you fees based off your refund check. Right. Well, you got $8,000 back, so hey, it's fair for me to charge you $1,000 income tax preparation fee.
Right.
No, do not do that. And one of the main reasons why they're able to do that and be predators, I guess what you want to call it that, is because they know that you as a taxpayer 99% of the time do not understand what's actually on your tax return. I mean, at the end of tax preparation, you get that printout. It shows your taxes, but you're not able to read it. You don't understand what those numbers mean. You don't interpret it. So you can't tell how much they took out. I get taxpayers every year. Well, how much did they charge you last year? Oh, I don't know. But it's right there. So if they capitalize on the fact that you can't read the tax returns. So please, unless you're a business or a corporation or you're some type of small business owner, do not, I encourage you, let someone take thousands of dollars or more out of your refund check. A standard fee, and I'll just tell you my practice, because some professional services, you value your service. So I'm not going to tell you what's too high or what's too low, but I'm just going to give you an average. If you are a non-business owner, non-itemized deduction taxpayer, meaning you don't have any houses or property taxes and things to deduct like that. To me, an average fee is anywhere between $200 to maybe $600 at maximum. So if you're paying anything more than that, then yeah, you might want to check with your Bob or Bob. Check around. Check around.
Turnaround time estimate once they give you their documents about. Let's talk about self-employed, because I know sometimes we get pushed on the back end because of the fact that it's so much paperwork for you guys to handle. Self-employment, what's your timeline on getting their returns back to them?
Well, was as far as the refund or getting them
Completed.
Well, with us,
sometimes we don't get refunds.
Exactly, you're right. Look, I'm in the boat. I'm in the boat with you. I'm in the boat. Well, in regards to our services, our turnaround time is usually either the same day you provide us everything, or within 24 to maybe 72 hours of that. Contingent that you have everything. Now, you might drop off all your profit and loss statements, but then tell me, hey, you're waiting on something else. You're waiting on your mortgage interest statement. You're waiting on things. Now, that can delay the process. But if you come package in hand, everything you need, I say no more than 24 to 72 hours. It can be done the same day if you're willing to sit there for a little minute.
I think 72 hours is reasonable.
Drink some tea with us.
Actually.
Yeah, I do too. So let's tell some of those individuals who are new as self-employed individuals how to get that profit and loss statement that you are requesting for them. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't know.
Well, that is it's different ways you can get it, but the most reasonable and the most feasible way I can say for small business owners or entrepreneurs to get that profit and loss statement is, one, if you haven't been using any type of accounting software all year long, such as, like, for example, QuickBooks, then you got to go old school. Get you a spreadsheet, open up Microsoft Excel, take your bank statements, add all your deposits up, that's your income. Right. Go through, try to categorize all them expenses, put them in categories and meals, advertising, marketing, and put it in a spreadsheet. If you can't do that, make it even simple. Open up Microsoft Word, type it out. Do what you have to do. But I always recommend small business owners, if you have not, January 1st is a fresh start. Get some type of accounting software. If you need if you can't get an accounting software and you just got to use a spreadsheet, at Right Way Tax, I can provide you with the spreadsheet where you can kind of itemize your expenses out all throughout the year, and you have a nice formatted spreadsheet, just a template that you can format. So those are the two main things: accounting software or go old school, spreadsheet or Microsoft Word.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I love all that information. We gave the guests and listeners a host of information. You guys stay tuned. Before we leave, I do want you to give our listeners your company information and how they can reach you directly.
Yes, definitely, because tax season is coming up, and I definitely want to see all of you. We can reach us by phone at 281-258-4435. You can reach us via email at info@taxrightway.com. And of course, we love social media, so hit us up on Instagram. Follow us, Instagram at Right Way Tax, and on Facebook at Right Way Tax Services. We also have a website, which is www.taxrightway.com.
Perfect. All right, guys, stay tuned for more information on Tax Talk.
Is the mic off?
The mics are off?
Mics
But
are off.
you're still on live.
But I'm still on live.
And both of us.
Both of us. Hi, you guys are doing. Do y'all do that behind the scenes talking?
We well, not on live, but if you want to, you
Not
can
on
definitely.
live?
Normally it's just between
Us.
It's between us.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, but if you guys have any comments
Please.
for Right Way Tax Services, please leave them in the comment box, or you can text me, at 713-825-9139.
our key at 832-907-2247. We would love to hear from you.
Or Miss Akila.
Call the office 281. No, I'm playing. You guys can send them questions via email at info@taxrightway.com, or you can text it to my phone at 832-703-7728.
Well, do we have any comments right now?
Let me see.
Let's see.
I don't see any on you guys, and I don't see any on mine.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Feel
Ask your
free
questions.
to send our questions or reach out to us in a little bit. You want to say anything to your listeners, Keisha?
Hi.
Can I do the same thing?
Yep.
There you go. We might be back, y'all. We might be back.